Germany is known as the land of poets, thinkers, and all-around geniuses, and for good reason. This country gave birth to legends like Martin Luther, Albert Einstein, Karl Marx, and musical legends, including Beethoven, Bach, and Mozart. But Germany's impact doesn't stop there. They're the brains behind the printing press, the automobile, and the invention that keeps your leftovers from turning stale, the refrigerator. Ever popped an aspirin for a headache? Thank the Germans for that too. And that Haribo gummy bear you're so addicted to? Also a product of the Germans. There's a whole lot more to discover about this incredible country. So stick around with us to uncover all the juicy tidbits and fun facts about the heart of Europe. 1. Germany, nestled in the heart of Western Europe, shares its borders with Denmark, Poland, Czechia, Austria, Switzerland, France, Luxembourg, Belgium, Netherlands, the North Sea, and the Baltic Sea. 2. In Germany, the legal stage is set for equality, standing against any form of discrimination against anyone regardless of their sexual orientation. When it comes to adoption in same-sex couples, Germany opens its doors wide. This allows a person in a same-sex couple to embrace the joys of parenthood through adoption. What's more, Berlin takes the stage as the third largest gay city in Europe, having an estimated 300,000 homosexual residents. 3. The city of Dresden, located in eastern Germany near the Czech border, is filled with architectural wonders. We're not just talking about buildings, we're talking about jaw-dropping structures with gorgeous details. As you walk through Dresden, you're surrounded by so many amazing buildings like the Dresden Zwinger, the Dresden Royal Palace, which is home to the Fürstenzug, the world's largest porcelain mural, and the Kunsthof Passage. And guess what? If your visit aligns with the festive season, you get to experience Streisel Market, Germany's Christmas market. 4. If you love chit-chatting and small talk, you may be in for a culture shock in Germany. While you might be accustomed to swapping weather updates with the mailman or discussing weekend plans with the neighbor, Germans aren't exactly jumping a fan of that. They prefer to cut to the chase. However, don't mistake this for unfriendliness. When it comes to greetings, a solid Guten Tag, which means good day, or Guten Abend, meaning good evening, is the German way of acknowledging your presence. 5. In Germany, many last names have roots in people's professions. So basically, your name gives people a hint as to what your ancestors were up to. For example, Becker is basically saying, hey, my ancestors were bakers. And Schmidt represents blacksmiths of the family tree. Now, the most common surname is Müller, the German word for miller. And get this, more than 900,000 people in Germany proudly carry the Müller name. 6. Germany is undefeated when it comes to the tradition of Christmas markets. Imagine the air filled with delightful scents, the taste of seasonal treats, and the joy of the holiday season all around. These markets, sprinkled around a massive Christmas tree, pop up from late November until just a couple of days before Christmas. The top one? Nuremberg's Christkindlesmarkt on the Hauptmarkt. As you wander through, the Frauenkirche stands tall, hosting a lively Glockenspiel show with wooden figures dancing several times a day. You can check out Augsburg's Rathausplatz and Martin Luther Platz Market, which transforms into a festive wonderland, with the city hall turning into a giant advent calendar. In Bernkastel-Kues, the 600-year-old Michaelskirche sets the stage for a charming market in the heart of the old city, complete with a Nicholas Wanderung through surrounding forests and vineyards. You can get so many souvenirs to take home at these markets, including handmade scarves, flavored liquor, and of course, Christmas decorations. 7. Here's an amazing fact about education in Germany. The phrase expensive education is practically extinct. Yes, you heard it right. Education is as free as the air you breathe. And guess what? It's not a citizens-only deal. Even international students get access to free education as well. 8. Heidelberg is a city where history, beauty, and the gentle flow of the Neckar River come together to create a beautiful paradise. And here's a fun fact about it. It is home to the country's oldest university. As you walk across the old bridge, the Neckar River dances beneath, adding a touch of romance to the air. You can also hop on the funicular railway to ascend to Heidelberg Castle and continue to Königstuhl for breathtaking views that will steal your breath away. And if you're yearning for more, take the Philosopher's Walk. Visit Heidelberg Zoo, add a touch of wild charm, and see the student prison in Heidelberg University. 9. Have you ever wondered who started the tradition of setting up a Christmas tree? Well, guess what? The roots of this sparkling tradition trace back to the heart of Germany. Legend has it that in the 16th century, the one behind this tradition was none other than Martin Luther himself. Luther, inspired by the starlit sky, decided to bring that celestial magic indoors. He decorated a tree with candles, creating a display that would become the hallmark of the holiday season. So when you're hanging ornaments and stringing lights on your Christmas tree, it's like bringing a piece of German history into your home for the holidays. Because, let's face it, nothing says Merry Christmas quite like a beautifully decorated tree. 10. Stretching over 8,000 miles, the Autobahn is the fourth largest highway network globally, trailing behind China, the US, and Spain. Are you thinking of playing Fast and Furious? This is your spot. 70% of the Autobahn is a speedster's paradise with no posted speed limits, which means you can drive as fast as you want to with no consequences. Zooming along at 257 miles per hour is the Autobahn's speed record, making it the ultimate track for adrenaline lovers. But as always, there's a catch. Make sure to check your fuel gauge before hitting the road because running out of gas here would land you in prison. German traffic police don't discriminate. They treat tourists and locals alike, and you'll get arrested if your car happens to stop here due to low gas. 11. One intriguing fact about Germany we certainly can't leave out is that the world would be quite different without the influential contributions of Germans. Imagine a world without Albert Einstein's groundbreaking theories on light, gravity, and relativity, which paved the way for solar panels and satellites. What about Max Planck's discovery of quantum mechanics? We also have George Ohm, who dropped Ohm's law on us back in 1827, a mathematical masterpiece that explains the concept of electricity. In the world of psychology, Germany also gave us Wilhelm Maximilian Wundt, who is not only considered one of the fathers of psychology, but also the first person to refer to himself as a psychologist. But it doesn't stop there. Familiar with the concept of socialism? Well, you have another German to thank for that. In 1848, Karl Marx and Engels cooked up the Communist Manifesto, a recipe for socialism that came as a result of the conflicts created by the capitalist system. And then we have Nietzsche, a master of philosophy who questioned the very essence of good and evil, creating the school of thought of existentialism. 12. No Germany trip is complete without a visit to its capital, Berlin, a city that rivals Paris in its size and London in its must-see status. Berlin caters to all tastes, boasting a vibrant nightlife and calm green forests. The nightlife in Berlin is practically a whole culture and a roller coaster of excitement and so many surprises. The hottest clubs like Treasure and Watergate line the Spree River. Take a stroll down Oberbaum Bridge or along the river, and just like that, you'll be on your way to some of the wildest, craziest parties in town. Art enthusiasts can explore the impactful East Side Gallery on the Berlin Wall or view traditional art collections at Museum Island. Berlin also confronts its challenging history with sites like the Memorial to the Murdered Jews of Europe, the Berlin Wall Memorial, the iconic Brandenburg Gate, and Checkpoint Charlie. You'll also find the largest train station in Europe, Berlin Hauptbahnhof, here. 13. Here's a fact that might interest our underage friends across the ocean. In Germany, the land where you can legally enjoy your first beer at the ripe age of 16. Why? Well, in Germany, the whole drinking scene is more about embracing the cultural vibes than trying to get drunk. It's like a rite of passage to share a meal with a side of wine or beer. So, why not let the young adults join the party, right? But here's the catch. Spirits are exempted from this, and you must wait until 18 to enjoy this one. 14. Let's talk about the city that holds the world record for the most bridges. And no, it's not Venice, the acclaimed city of bridges. It's actually the one and only Hamburg. There are so many bridges in Hamburg that even the Guinness Book of World Records had to give it a ballpark figure between 2,300 and 2,500. Now, let's put this into perspective. Hamburg's bridge count surpasses the combined bridge count of Amsterdam, London, and even the famed Venice. It's like the architects walked around the city and decided, let's throw in a bridge here, and why not another one there? So whenever you're in Hamburg, try to keep an eye out for bridges. You might just lose count. 15. In the Bavarian Alps lies Garmisch-Partenkirchen, calling on all adventure lovers. Winter in Garmisch-Partenkirchen transforms the town into a skier's paradise. Skiing here is like taking a step back in time, and the 1936 Winter Olympics were held here. Summer draws in hikers eager to conquer Zugspitze, Germany's highest peak. And if you're not up for the climb, a cable car offers a scenic shortcut to the summit. Nature takes center stage with must-see attractions like Lake Eibsee and Parchnaklam. For those seeking calmness, a stroll through historic Ludwigstrasse and the grounds of Linderhof Palace and Park provide an escape. 16. The Germans have a special tradition when it comes to welcoming little scholars on their first day of school. To make their first day a bit less daunting, kids are handed a cone loaded with goodies. And we're not just talking about the classic candy, we're talking about toys and video games, and believe it or not, some lucky ones might even find a shiny new cell phone in the mix. 17. In the magical land of Bavaria, beer is practically a food group. The average Bavarian sips their way through a whopping 150 liters of beer, making you wonder if they've got hops and barleys running through their veins. But here's the impressive part. About half of Germany's breweries call Bavaria home. So if you're ever in Bavaria, remember to take down a few gulps of beer in honor of their culture. 18. Got a sweet tooth? Well, you'll surely have the time of your life in Germany. It's no hidden fact that Germans have a deep-rooted love affair with all things doughy and sugary. As a matter of fact, there are over 300 different types of bread swirling around the country. Pretzels, Milchbrocken, Pumpernickel, Fünfkornbrot, and Brötchen are just a few tempting ones. And speaking of pretzels, did you know that pretzels have their roots in Germany? Back in the 18th century, crafty Southern German and Swiss German immigrants introduced the pretzel to North America. But there's more. Germany also has a staggering 1,200 types of pastries, cakes, and other sweet treats. You can never get enough of them all. 19. Germany is home to the largest cathedrals in the world. The Cologne Cathedral is a towering masterpiece located in Cologne, North Rhine-Westphalia. This isn't just your average place of worship. It's the largest Gothic church in Northern Europe. The Cologne Cathedral doesn't hold back with its second tallest spires, making it the proud owner of the world's largest church title. The story of this architectural marvel started way back in 1248 when architects laid the first stones. But this wasn't a quick job. It took the dedication and craftsmanship of countless hands working tirelessly until the grand reveal in 1880. 20. What would you do if you found yourself behind bars? Of course, the primal instinct to break free would kick in, even if you're guilty. Well, let's just say that Germany might be the perfect place to see how well you can execute a Shawshank-style escape. This is because if you get arrested in Germany and decide to make a run for it, the law won't hold it against you. But before you start planning your prison break, there's a catch. While you won't face charges for the escape attempt itself, any chaos you cause during your brief taste of freedom will definitely come back to haunt you when you get caught. 21. Germany has record-breaking geography, and you'll find the greatest surprise in Reutlingen. Sprüherhofstrasse is a pint-sized wonder tucked away in Reutlingen, Baden-Württemberg. It's almost like a crack between two buildings that has etched its name into the pages of the Guinness World Records as the narrowest street in the world. Consider it a real-life tightrope walk, measuring just 31 centimeters at its narrowest and a spacious 50 centimeters at its widest. It's so narrow that you might feel like you're in a funhouse maze, but nope, it's just the world's most slender street doing its thing. 22. Here's a very intriguing fact. So you probably already know about Germany's great involvement in the First and Second World Wars. But even decades after both wars, a surprising number of uninvited guests, more than 2,000 tons of unexploded bombs, decide to make their presence known each year. So before construction crews embark on a new project and start digging up, there's an important step to be carried out before they do. Experts swoop in to play bomb detectives, making sure that the ground isn't harboring any explosive remnants from the wartime era. So be careful not to set any bombs off whenever you're in Germany. 23. The enchanting beauty of Neuschwanstein Castle is a true gem among Germany's landmarks and one of Europe's most sought-after tourist destinations. Right between the breathtaking Bavarian mountains near Fasten, Neuschwanstein has captured the hearts of millions. This fairy tale wonderland served as the muse for Walt Disney's iconic Sleeping Beauty castle, and once you lay eyes on it, you'll understand why. Built in the late 1800s, Neuschwanstein isn't your typical castle with simple moats and drawbridges. No, it's a beautiful retreat that King Ludwig II envisioned for himself. And here's a fun fact: Neuschwanstein holds a special place in the hearts of visitors from Asia who journey across hundreds of kilometers to witness the charm of this lovely fairy tale castle. 24. Imagine cruising down the road, minding your own business, when a not-so-polite driver decides to play traffic games. Now, in some parts of the world, the immediate response might involve a not-so-friendly wave with a certain finger, but here's the thing: that's a big no-no in Germany. It's illegal to give someone the infamous one-finger salute on the road. So instead of letting road rage take the wheel, keep your cool. You certainly don't want your middle finger to lead you to prison. 25. If you think your fashion game is top tier, take a trip to the fashion capital of Germany, the city of Dusseldorf. This place blends cobbled streets and medieval charm with a dash of modern sophistication. It's no wonder it's seen as one of the most livable cities on the planet. Now let's talk about luxury, because Dusseldorf knows how to do it right. The Königsallee, or the King's Avenue, is the epitome of the city's class. This mile-long shopping haven caters to every shopaholic's dream, featuring charming boutiques that add a personal touch to your retail therapy. And oh, the Co, as insiders lovingly call it, isn't just about shopping. It's a coffee haven. Imagine sipping coffee under the shade of trees and watching fashionistas stroll by, all while a beautiful canal adds an extra touch of beauty. 26. Unlike some places where sipping on a drink in public gets you the weird look, Germany's got a more laid-back approach. It's fine to enjoy your favorite adult beverage out in the open. And it's not just tolerated, in many cases, it's perfectly legal. But, and there's always a but, keep in mind there are a few boundaries to this freedom. If you go a little too wild, you might find yourself sitting in a jail cell in no time. 27. German is the 5th most popular language on the Teach Me Please list. Despite its reputation for being a bit hard to crack, German is still known for attracting learners from all corners of the globe. If you're studying or living in Germany, consider it the perfect opportunity to polish your German language skills. And the cool part is that learning German isn't just a skill for navigating the streets of Berlin. It also comes in handy in the neighboring nations around Germany. Switzerland, Austria, Belgium, Luxembourg, and Liechtenstein all have German as their language. 28. Let's dive into the lesser-known treasures of Germany: its islands. Yes, Germany has its very own collection of islands, and the star of the show is none other than Sylt, the undisputed queen of the North Sea. Think of this island as the one-stop spot for all things leisure. Sylt is the place for water sports enthusiasts, foodies, and self-care lovers alike. Its white beaches and rolling dunes create a picturesque backdrop, while the local wildlife adds a touch of nature's charm. If you're into surfing, swimming, or simply basking in the sun, Sylt's sandy shores have you covered. But the adventure doesn't stop there. Sylt boasts attractions like the Ellenbogen Sanctuary, Coral World, and U-Dune, where you can climb to the high viewing deck and soak in the majestic landscape. 29. So, in Germany, there's this quirky belief that if you jump the gun and wish someone a happy birthday before the big day, you might accidentally jinx them out of having a birthday together. So, the rule of thumb is to hold off on the birthday cheers until the actual day to avoid any unintentional birthday magic accidents. 30. Germany is the literary hub of the world, letting out over 94,000 titles every year. But that's not all. The International Frankfurt Book Fair, hosted in Germany, is like the Super Bowl of the publishing world, where bookworms and wordsmiths from across the globe gather yearly. Have you ever heard of the Gutenberg press? Yes, this game-changing invention was created in Germany, giving the printing world a serious makeover with its movable type. Also, the earliest known magazine, the Urbelach Monats Unterdagen, debuted courtesy of German poet and theologian Johann Rist. 31. Visiting Germany is basically embarking on a journey through a land filled with some of the most spectacular castles in the world. Did you know Germany has over 20,000 castles throughout its beautiful landscapes? You'll find fairy tale fortresses like Eltz Castle with its amazing architecture, Hohenzollern Castle, which adds a regal touch to the skyline, and Marburger Schloss, which invites you to step back in time. And don't forget the charming Hohenschwangau Castle as well. 32. In Germany, the Oktoberfest, held in Munich from September, is like the party of all parties, where folks gulp down about 2 million gallons of beer each year. That's enough to fill a pool for some swimming. Now, let's go back in time to 1810, where the first Oktoberfest kicked off on October 12th. It was a 5-day fiesta celebrating the royal union of the Crown Prince of Bavaria and Princess Therese von Sachsen-Hildburghausen. What started as a lovey-dovey celebration evolved into an annual raging party that goes on for 2 weeks, featuring everything from agricultural fairs and tunes to mouth-watering beer. Fast forward to today, and Oktoberfest is now the uncontested champion of all celebrations, with over 6 million party animals swarming yearly. 33. Germany is home to over 400 registered zoos and animal parks, each with its own distinct ambience and attractions. That's right, animal lovers, so many zoos are waiting to be explored here. Now let's talk about the Zoological Garden in Berlin, the most famous of them all. Established in 1844, it's the oldest zoo in Germany and one of the largest on the global stage. It has 1,200 species across a vast 84 acres of land. Think of it as a real-life Noah's Ark showcasing the world's biodiversity right in the heart of Berlin. And the numbers speak for themselves. In 2019 alone, more than 3 million wildlife enthusiasts visited the Berlin Zoo. 34. In Germany, the law dictates that Sundays are sacred for rest. The unwritten agreement among neighbors is to keep things as quiet as a library, allowing everyone to enjoy the calmness of the day. No buzzing lawnmowers and no clipping shears. Not only that, but all grocery and retail stores also take a breather on Sundays. It's a collective decision to hit pause on the hustle and bustle, giving everyone a chance to recharge their batteries and enjoy a peaceful Sunday in preparation for the work week. 35. Would you like to trade the hustle and bustle of city life for the calm embrace of nature? Well, Germany's got you covered because it is a haven for forest lovers. Here's a fun fact to leave you in awe. About 1/3 of the country is covered in forests and woodlands, making it a dream destination for nature lovers. Speaking of woodlands, the Black Forest is a true masterpiece of nature that stretches across over 6,000 kilometers of land in Baden-Württemberg. For a fantastic start to exploring the Black Forest, take a scenic drive along the Schwarzwald-Hochstrasse. Begin or end your trip in the spa town of Baden-Baden to enjoy its thermal springs. In Baden-Baden, you can find bathhouses equipped with amazing water technology and heating left behind by the ancient Romans under Frederiksbad. The Romans used the healing waters here to heal their war injuries, and the bathhouses were more or less like hangout spots. Don't miss the chance to visit stunning natural attractions such as the picturesque Triberg Waterfalls, Lake Titisee, and Feldberg, the highest peak in the Black Forest. 36. In 1916, when World War I was in full swing, Germany decided to shake things up and become the trendsetter by adopting daylight savings time. It was like a time revolution that spread like wildfire across Europe, creating a buzz that eventually reached the shores of the USA. Within weeks, the daylight savings time trend caught on, and by 1918, it became a full-blown custom in the United States. 37. Right between the famous Panama and Suez Canal is a complete engineering wonder, the Kiel Canal. Since 1895, the Kiel Canal has been a bustling waterway, and it took 9,000 workers 8 years to carve out this 61-mile masterpiece, making it a feat of human determination and engineering. Not one to settle, the canal has even flexed its muscles, undergoing 2 widening sessions to accommodate the giant ships passing through it. Now, here's the jaw-dropping stat. An average 32,000 vessels pass through the waters of the Kiel Canal every year. The Kiel Canal also serves as the ultimate shortcut connecting the Baltic and North Seas. Aside from saving time, It shaves off 285 miles from the journey, sparing sailors the dangers of the Danish Straits. 38. Thinking of the perfect country to spend your retirement years? Well, Germany is a top-rated spot to grow old, and the stats don't lie. The average life expectancy is 81 years. Break it down. You have 83 years for the fabulous ladies and 78 years for the gents. As a matter of fact, over 26% of the population is currently cruising through their 60s and beyond. And here's the best part. Germany doesn't just offer a long life, it offers a high-quality one. According to the Global Age Watch Index in 2015, Germany holds the 4th spot out of 96 countries for the well-being of its elderly citizens. 39. Germany's capital hasn't always been Berlin. That's right, Germany has changed its capital city 7 whole times. First off was Aachen during the Carolingian Empire, setting the stage for a long line of successors. Then came Regensburg, followed by Frankfurt am Main, Nuremberg, and the iconic Berlin. However, Weimar decided to sneak in unofficially during a bout of unrest in Berlin. Then Bonn took a turn as the capital, sharing the spotlight with East Berlin during a unique chapter in German history. And since 1990, it has been back to where it all began, Berlin, taking the spot as the capital once again. 40. We bet you didn't know that the story of Fanta goes way back to Germany, and it's not your average origin story. World War II was in full swing, and a trade embargo was preventing the import of Coca-Cola syrup into Germany. What did the cola-loving nation do? Well, the head of Coca-Cola in Germany made a genius move by deciding to whip up a domestic concoction using what they had in the kitchen. Fanta was born from the creative mixture of leftover goods like whey and apple pomace. And just like that, Fanta is now the second oldest brand in the Coca-Cola Company's lineup and their second most popular drink globally. Which countries would you like to hear about next? Let us know in the comments section if you have any facts that weren't mentioned here and share them with us. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel for more fun facts.